as we head into the next round of the Super Motocross World Championship and Monster Energy AMA Supercross. Unprecedented weather events in Oakland have led to the postponement of this weekend's upcoming race. But it's good that Oakland's back February 18th because it does actually produce some good racing in that stadium, Daniel.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Obviously, on the negative, you'd love to just roll into round two and carry the momentum in, but the circumstances are really, really not normal. So it does make sense. So I look at it from a positive, which is Oakland produces great racing. I think back to the Anderson-Roxton battle. I mean, I think it was 2018. There's so many good races there. So if we have a chance in February to have good dirt and have normal weather, more than likely we'll have a good race there. So that's the positive I'm taking away from it.
Okay, time for the hot topics here, but certainly not the kind we wanted to report. The worst fears have been confirmed for Austin Forkner. It is a torn ACL and other damage in his knee after the vicious crash off the start of the Anaheim main event when he tangled with RJ Hampshire and Cameron McAdoo. And Forkner was the fastest rider in 250 qualifying in Anaheim. It looked like vintage Austin Forkner. He was going to be back to challenge for this title. And instead, it's the third straight season where he's gone out of Supercross early with injury. He will not be back for the stadium tour this year. We don't know about the timeline to return for motocross. Right now, Forkner is just trying to put himself back together, both physically and, as you can see here in his social media post, mentally. This one hurts in a variety of ways.
So tough to deal with this right now. I had such a good offseason coming in this year, super low-key, super chill. Honestly, at this point, I feel like just embarrassed. I'm obviously extremely disappointed in myself, but I'm just like disgusted with myself. Like it's, unless you've been in this situation or something similar, it's hard to really explain, but it's just like I don't even want to look people in the face. You know, it's tough because now this is my third year where I've been out of the championship after 2 races, and that's or like a max of 2 races, you know. So I didn't even make the first race this year, so, and now I'm out for a while. So
I'm just bummed, and it's this championship, this Jet Lawrence, Austin Forkner thing we've been wanting for so long now, and I really think he was ready to be in it and give Jet a really, really hard time, and for it to be 3 seconds into the championship and this to happen, I just gutted. That's the only word I could think of. I'm just gutted.
Pierce Brown, a little bit better news there. He also doesn't score points. He had a crash in his heat race, but he just said he's banged up, so hopefully he's going to be back soon.
Yeah, it's a tough one for him too. The offseason I know went really well for him. They had high expectations, but they were quiet expectations. He wasn't making a lot of noise in the offseason. People weren't talking about him, but he felt that he was going to have a breakout ride, and I think he's going to be okay. I think we'll see him probably sooner than later, but it's just you don't want to do it that way. It makes me think of Jalek Swoll last year, coming right out in that first heat race and going down, and I mean, just kind of ruining his entire year. So hopefully for Pierce, he gets right back on track. He's physically okay, because I do think he's primed for a really big 2023.
All right, from a couple of lows, let's switch to the highs. Who was hot at Anaheim? Obviously, Tomac and Webb and Sexton were on the podium. Jet Lawrence won. That's obvious. Let's pick a few riders that might not have been so clear, but we could see it with our trained SMX insider eyes. Aaron Plessinger, not even in the top 5. But what I saw was aggression and speed. We talked about with Ian Harrison earlier on the show. I think that was a better Plessinger than we saw last year, even when he got a podium at round 2.
If you somehow didn't watch the race and you just look at the results, you're like, AP, whatever. But you're right, Jason. We watched him all day. And it wasn't just that main event where he was really aggressive. It was in his heat race. It was in qualifying. I mean, he made his way to the front like every qualifier. And you and I talked about it. He was aggressive. And for Aaron Plessinger, we see a cautious Plessinger when he doesn't feel it, and we see an aggressive Plessinger when he is. So, again, the results don't match what we saw. He's going to be pretty good this year.
Let's go to the flip side. Daniel, you've got someone who maybe the riding didn't look so amazing, but actually the result was.
If you, as a rookie, could come out and have the quietest, nobody even knows what you're doing out there day, and land not only in the top 10, which I think would have been great in itself, but a 6th place finish for Colt Nichols. I mean, you couldn't have been better as a rookie. And Jason, I think, again, with our own eyes, we saw him get the whole shot and get shuffled back.
Oh, dude, I was scared.
Fast.
I was like, welcome to the 450 class. It comes at you quick.
Yeah, he probably within a half a lap was like, am I in the top 10 still? I don't even know what just happened. But guess what? He rode quiet. He did his job. He stayed out of trouble. Checkered flag flew, and he's 6th. And that's what he should be doing, I think, for the first month or two of this championship. Just be quiet, do your job, ride 20 minutes plus a lap, and see where you end up and build a foundation. And he did just that. If you're Honda, you're so happy with what he did that it could not have been better for a rookie debut for Colt Nichols.
Yeah, and you and I want to give a shout out to Maximus Voland, only 5th in the main. That's not what factory riders aim for, but we cannot forget how disastrous his first 2 Supercross seasons were. So this is better.
It's amazing. Like Nichols, kind of quiet. You didn't see a lot of flash. You didn't go, oh my God. You didn't see any of that. But what you saw was someone really mature on a day that was taking everybody out. He just did his thing and got a 5th. And that's so mature and so solid for a guy who, again, is in a contract year. I mean, that'll be a theme this year. We'll be getting into that every week. But he's in a contract year, and he needs to prove that he is worth the investment. And to come out and get 5th like that with all that chaos around, perfect night for Maximus Voland.
All right, it was not perfect. Our podium finishers, Tomac, Sexton, Webb, not a surprise. But there's one other rider everyone expects to be there every week, and that's Jason Anderson. It absolutely did not happen in Anaheim 1. Speed was good, but he was down on the ground so many times and threw one in the main, just for good measure.
Yeah, just because why not? Let's give one more to the ground. Yeah, and I'm going to fall back on the speed because I still saw a lot of speed. I saw a lot of aggression, so I don't think he's deflated. I don't think he's discouraged. But this is a championship, and in a championship, you got to stack points, and he didn't stack as many points as his biggest rivals. I would say the 3 people he should fear the most in the championship went 1, 2, 3, and he was 7th. So on paper, terrible for Anderson, but I still think he's going to be okay. But you just don't want to start like that. It was just messy. I think the effort was too much in the wrong direction. I think he should have been trying to be solid instead of trying to be as fast, but he's really smart. I think he'll learn very quickly, and he's still good for this championship, but you just don't want to give up that many points in the first one because now he's got to dig out of it a little bit.
Yeah, the problems for Anderson always come down to trying too hard, being too aggressive, trying to do too much. It's never lack of effort. It's kind of the same thing with Justin Barcia. Now, look, I know the headline, Barcia is the master of round 1. He had won it 3 years in a row up until recently, and it looked like he was going to pull it off again until a crash. But I'm more alarmed with something else. If you watch practice and his heat race, he was way off speed-wise. He, of course, wants to be in that elite group, not just to crash. I don't know if he can leave there and say, like, if I hadn't crashed, I could have won it. It didn't look good to me at any point.
Well, you got to remember, his crash was pretty early in that main event, too. The track really hadn't gotten to its worst. And I think that kind of proves the point. He was off in practice. He was off in his heat race. He gets to start in the main because, look, the guy, he's a big game guy, man. I'm telling you, when the gate drops at Anaheim 1 with all the bright lights and the pressure, and he's the guy that's just going to go out and get up front. So he did that part. But then, yeah, it kind of fell apart quickly there because the whole day had gone a certain way.
And finally, Christian Craig, who our own Daniel Blair had said, I might pick him to win Anaheim 1 a few weeks ago. That went out the window as soon as he crashed.
Hey, I said, if he hole shots and has a clear track, don't be surprised if he wins. I did not say he was going to get a mid-pack start and make his way through. But no, I was really high on him. I still am. But I forgot about something. He is a really, really good hard-pack rider, and I would say a above-average soft-track rider. And in that field, above average doesn't cut it. So I think when the track conditions are like this, it's going to be a little bit harder for him, and he won't be able to make that splashy debut for the team probably just yet, maybe even the month of January, depending on how this weather pattern goes for California. But a little bit of a letdown there, but I don't think it would be fair to, after one round, just throw in the towel and be like, no, he's not going to be good, because I do think he's going to be great, just not the right circumstances for his debut. Well, it wasn't just the conditions. He actually texted our buddy Steve Mathis and said, take me off your fantasy team. I have half a body after that crash. He was in survival mode after the crash in practice. He was fast before that. All 31 Super Motocross World Championship events can be streamed domestically. That's here in the U.S. on Peacock. To subscribe, go to peacocktv.com/sports/supermotocross.